Good morning, everybody. I'm once again coming to you in the early morning. Today, my wife and I are going to Chowrasta Market in the heart of Georgetown, Penang. Do join us and let me take you on a narrated walking tour here. To start, here's our starting point coordinates. To go on this same walk in person, key these coordinates into your GPS, Google Maps or Waze, and you'll be navigated to the entrance of Chowrasta Market's multi-storey car park, which is where we are. We are standing above two roads. The road we saw just now is Kuala Kangsar Road, while the one below us now is Chowrasta Road. Chowrasta Market is said to be the oldest market in Georgetown to still be functioning in the same spot. There is a market building here as early as the 1900s, but the site has always been a market area going back into the 19th century. Things have come a long way since then, and today there's even an automated parking machine. And there's a lift now to go to the ground floor. This is where you find the wet market. The fish section is on the rear side of the market, fronting Kuala Kangsar Road. Let's go for a walkabout now to observe the morning activities here. Wow, what a large fish! Do you know its name? Do tell me in the comment section if you do. And what about this fish? What's the name? Please tell me if you know. It is still very early in the morning, so the market is not yet in full swing. You can see on the left the name Chowrasta. That's the name of the market. This name dates back to a time when the whole area was a settlement of people from various Indian ethnic groups. There were sizable communities of Tamils, Indian Muslims and Bengalis. They hail from places like Kandayanalu in Tamil Nadu, the Malabar coast in present-day Kerala and Karnataka, and from places like Kolkata, and even from places like Punjab. Today, the ethnic composition has shifted somewhat, that the majority of hawkers and shoppers are now Chinese, while the Indian representation has shrunk to the stretch along Tamil Street. As for the name Chowrasta itself, it possibly comes from Hindi or Urdu. Both are the same language written using different writing systems. I have been researching the etymology of this name, and I believe it comes from the word Chowrasta, which is written like this in Hindi. The name means a square or intersection of roads. I suppose this was where various roads meet at a point, though it strikes me as curious why a name in Hindi or Urdu and not in perhaps Tamil. Nevertheless, this was the main market for the city folks of Georgetown, though nowadays the population is well dispersed. Over here is the meat section, and so you see two rows of butcher stalls. It is still very early in the morning, so most stalls are closed. Those that open early cater to housewives buying dry foodstuff. There are now new escalators installed at Chowrasta Market, though it is one of the first buildings in Penang with escalators from way back in the 1960s. We are now coming to the front portion of the market building where it faces Penang Road. This is the tourist face of Chowrasta Market. This is where tourists are introduced to Penang. There is now a sheltered bus stop in front of the market building. In the 70s and 80s, bus loads of outstation tourists would disembark here so that they can go shopping for local foodstuff. Popular things on their shopping list include nutmeg, cuttlefish and local pastries such as hiao pia, tau sa pia, and pate saw. Across Penang Road from Chowrasta Market is the Central Police Headquarters. It was completed just before the start of the Second World War and sustained damage during the war. The police headquarters occupied land that was previously a prison and the Chowrasta Malay School. And over here are photos of hawkers at the market. This was taken before they had to vacate their stalls for a makeover. Though the market building dates to the 1960s, it underwent a massive makeover in 2012. It then reopened in stages, with the rear side in 2015 and full restoration completed in January 2017. The hawkers are then allowed in to reoccupy the market building, but some hawkers also occupy Chowrasta Road, Walakangsa Road, and Tamil Street. On this side is the poultry section. It still faces Tamil Street as before. In the past, you could see crates of live chicken ready to be slaughtered. Housewives could even buy whole live chicken, which they would bring home, carrying them upside down by their legs. There aren't fresher meat than that. I think there are more fish stalls than any other type of stalls at Chowrasta Market, so they occupy the biggest floor space. Now let's go straight across the central aisle of the fish section. The benefit of following a virtual tour like this one is that you get to see things without having to walk on slippery wet floors or face the smell. The vegetables section occupies the central portion of the market building. When I was small, I used to take the bus to school in the early morning, and there would be vegetable farmers on board with big bundles of their produce stacked on the front part of the bus on the way to the market. Those indeed were the days. I don't think they do that anymore, but how would I know? I haven't taken the bus in years. Now let's get out of the market building to see the rest of the stalls outside. It's mostly dried items over here. The road beside the market building is called Chowrasta Road. There is a popular stall here selling spring roll skin or popiah poi, but I guess it is not open yet. I may come back in the future to do a separate video about it. By the way, you will notice that I write words in Penang Hokkien using a numbered writing system. This is called Taiji romanization. We have a Penang Hokkien dictionary you can use to look up words right here. We are now at Chowrasta Road. This road is for pedestrian only in the morning when market is in session. As part of the makeover project, the City Council erected a canopy shelter and the area is now known as Walk at Chowrasta. If you are a tourist, this is a good place to come to watch the locals go about their daily activities. At every market in Penang, you are likely to find one stall selling garden plants. My wife and I enjoy growing hibiscus, and when we saw the ones at this market, we bought a couple of them afterwards. In fact, the yellow one and the red one are now safely growing in our small balcony garden. And over here, we have a stall selling ready-to-eat dishes. If you don't feel like cooking or simply not good at cooking, this stall is your lifesaver. It has many popular dishes such as the gulai ikan, kalike, and perut ikan. The dishes look so mouth-watering that we also end up buying a few for our dinner. Many who come for their marketing will end up at these coffee shops for their breakfast. This stall sells economy bihun, while there are other stalls selling all the popular Penang hawker food. This spot, at the junction of Chowrasta Road and Kuala Kangsar Road, has the main concentration of coffee shops in this area. And now we are back at the stall selling ready-to-eat dishes so that we can buy a few items home.
Silakan pulut ikan, kek gulai. Kalau kami mikir lai jia boleh. Kalau kami mikir lai jia ya. Đây chả mình sống cái kìa.
Khối chạy mà.
Hả? À.
事實呢個 cute 嘛唔知。
叫，是我見講咧無夠隻所在呢。
點啊？簡單咪點嚟點。
哦，OK。OK，那 Kiki 下啲車先。
覺得就緊嘅。
Now we want to return to the car park, but the entrance we used just now has closed. So we have to walk to the main entrance at the front of the market.
Xin về cái. Hả hả?
大家喺床頭裏邊要啱送。
Ok, có hết. À, vâng, được.
We are back at Penang Road once more. The road on the opposite side is Deacon Street. That's the Central Police Headquarters I mentioned earlier. We are back inside the Chowrasta Market building, and to be honest, I am not quite sure how to get back to the car park. Let's try going upstairs. The escalator doesn't seem to be operational. But all the shops upstairs are closed. This area is famous for its second-hand bookshops. Maybe it's still too early in the day, so all of them are closed. I hope to return someday in the future to do a video of the second-hand bookshops. It is quite an interesting place. You can get all sorts of out-of-print titles. It was here that I purchased my back copies of National Geographic. The way in front is closed, so we cannot go back to the car park. We are trying a different way now. And below us, we can see the market in session. But this way is also incorrect, so we turned back and headed down the escalators again. So it was a trip upstairs for nothing, but at least I got to show you the side of the second-hand bookshops. To our surprise, the escalator started to move, but in the opposite direction.
I think 譬如我過時下，伊個 sensor 可以做一件啊。我都唔知啊，到一個時期到一個路啊。
แล้วว่าสิเดียวละเสียก็ติดขี้อ่ะ
你看無咩有啊？伊要袂得白行。
ลูกไปเร็ว
講看聽。學監嘛，你看無咩有？
ปีเดย์ just distance ลูกเสือก็กับเราคุยกันสิอ่ะลูกอยากไปเที่ยวเลยจ้ะ
你話落落來。
ไม่ตัวนี้เป็นยังไงอย่างนี้คือสิ
Finally rounding the corner, we reached the lift and got back to the car park. With that, we have completed our visit to the Chowrasta Market. If you enjoyed this visit, do give this video a like and share it so that more people will get to see. And do subscribe to my channel to join me on more narrated walking tours. Oh, when we were here earlier, it was still dark, but now the morning has broken. With this, I want to thank you for watching and see you again in my next video.